YouTube, my people, what is good? Welcome back to another video on the channel. We've got the top 10 theme teams on Madden right now, Madden Ultimate Team right now in this video. Now, again, this top 10 is probably going to be the most subjective, honestly. I just picked out what teams I felt were best that I really like. Again, this is my list. Feel free to let me know down in the comment section if I'm sleeping on a theme team, what your favorite team is, you know, if I missed out on that team, etc. I just watched the Falcons get eliminated from the playoffs, so obviously that team is not going to be on here because they suck on the game, and I'm joking. But yeah, let's go ahead and get into the top 10 theme teams, man. Again, let's go ahead and see. All right, so coming in at number 10, I've actually got the Las Vegas Raiders. I think this is a very underrated team. This team is literally a upgraded Divine Diablo away from being one of the best theme teams in the game, in my opinion. This Gardner Minshew is actually really underrated. Really underrated. I think this is a really good quarterback, especially for budget guys. 18K. If you have a stocking stuffer, definitely use it on him. He's definitely the best quarterback out of these three. Obviously, you've got Darren McFadden. You've got decent wide receivers, no zero chill cards, so that's kind of what's like holding them back as well. But they do have this Brock Bowers, which is honestly has an argument for the #1 tight end in the game. Offensive line is definitely a weakness for this, but the reason why I specifically kept this team on this list, they were like on the bubble for the longest, is the fact of their defensive backs, their DBs. They got Polamalu, 6'4", Randy Moss, 6 foot, I think 5, 6'4", 6'5", Ted Hendricks, 6'8". I mean, what more do you need? You also got this Lester Hayes that has a discounted pick artist as well. Rod Woodson. If you wanted to, you can even run D'Angelo Hall. I think he is a little too small to be getting ran right now. Vic Beasley, again, they're just they're an upgrade right here away from being a lot higher on this list. You've got Warren Sapp, Gerald McCoy. Kind of want some better pass rushers on the outside, but outside of that, I think this is a really underrated theme team and really solid at number 10. So coming in at number 9, this is actually a team that I honestly added late. I was not about to add this team, and then I had one of my dogs, shout out Breezo, he let me know about the Patriots. The Patriots is a really good theme team. I didn't realize how good this theme team was. Drake May, Ramondre Stevenson, you even got Keith Byers if you wanted to. You got Tom Brady. They're kind of missing another like wide receiver. I do think after Zero Chill goes away, I think this team is going to be a lot more viable because, you know, these wide receivers they have are good. It's just there's other better Zero Chill cards out right now. Jonnu Smith, again, offensive line is kind of weak. You definitely would want some of the interior guys to be a little bit better, but it's not horrible. But as far as, you know, pass rushers, DT is probably the weakest point on that. They also don't have a user. You could user Van Noy, but I also forgot they had Gronk. I completely forgot about this card. So they actually do have a user, but yeah, still, nonetheless, Jason McCourty, kind of small, but still a good DB. They've got Christian Gonzalez. Honestly, the only thing that's truly holding this team back, they don't have a strong safety. And I mean, the wide receivers definitely aren't what we're looking for out of this. Same thing with defensive tackle, which is why I can't put them any higher than this, but still a really solid theme team. Coming in at number 8, we've got the Washington Commanders. RG3 at quarterback. We've got Sean Alexander, who I do think is still a top running back on this game. You've got Trent Scott, you've got Terry McLaurin. Again, when this team, I don't think team of the week. Yeah, nah. When this card was fully upgraded, when it had the team of the week boost, he was so good. If you know, you know. But the fact they have this Trent Scott, again, you can kind of get weird. Vernon Davis just dropped as well, so they got even better. O-line is actually pretty solid outside of right guard. Free safety, again, really good, just really expensive. Cornerback is probably the weakest position, but they are probably going to get some new guys here coming up. We're probably due for another cornerback, Dion, here coming up. Same thing with Marshawn Lattimore. We just got a new D'Angelo Hall, so I doubt that. But as far as user, Bobby Wagner is the top user in the game. You got Sean Taylor if you want to user him as well. You got options. And again, the weak point of this defense is DT. You do want to see some better DTs there. But the fact that you have this Montez Sweat as well, really good. And that's my thoughts on the Commanders coming in at number 8. Coming in at number 7, I've got the Ravens theme team. Now, I was told that they fixed the hot routes for this Lamar, so I may have to actually test this card out to see for myself. But nonetheless, even if the Lamar isn't, you still got RG3. Probably, I honestly think the RG3 is better right now, especially with the Zero Chill boost. It is going to go away here pretty soon. But regardless, Cordell Stewart, really good running back. You've got the Derrick Henry at quarterback if you want to do that as well. Again, the weak point is wide receivers, but they do have this Deion Zero Chill. Devin Hester gets also boosted because he is a legend. And then you've got all these team diamonds. Again, the only wide receiver here that I would personally use would be D-Jax, but that still does leave you three good wide receivers. This Todd Heap is honestly kind of weak considering we got tight ends that have like 95 speed right now. So that's probably one of the downsides. Another one of their downsides, they're missing a left guard. Sorry, I was about to say left tackle, left guard. That's what they're missing. They've got Patrick Queen as the user. I mean, serviceable, definitely serviceable. Calais Campbell as a pass rusher. Matabuki, when we get a new upgraded one of him, he's probably going to get an AKA if I had to take a guess. This team is going to get that much better. The one thing I would say, actually, the cornerbacks are actually pretty good. They've got Haloti Ngata and Lamar. I mean, Rod Woodson, you kind of would want to be a little bit better here, but I mean, that's still pretty decent. You got Ed Reed and Kyle Hamilton, two of the best safeties in the game. This is a really good team. And obviously, if you care about kicker, you also have a kicker as well. Yeah, just a really good team. Coming in at number 6, we've got the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, a team that literally just eliminated my Falcons earlier, but I got to give them their respect, man. This team is really, really good. The reason why this team is just that much better, I'm about to show y'all. Obviously, we have Baker Mayfield, still, I think, a top 5 quarterback on this game. You've got really good running backs. They have like probably one of the best running back units in the game that you can rotate in, but their wide receivers are absolutely amazing right now, especially with the Zero Chill boost. You've got 3 just really, really good wide receivers. You've got a good user. You've got great O-line outside of left guard and right tackle. This center, Robert Haynes, is really good if you have done the Mutt Champs. So let me not say that this offensive line is actually kind of weak, but the Tristan Wirfs and Robert Hainsey can definitely get the job done. Really, really good DBs as well. Zion McCullum, Sean Murphy Bunting, Richard Sherman. You just have a lot of different options when it comes to that. I will say the safeties are kind of weak. I do think this Warren Sapp is not really that good. 90 speed is pretty slow right here. Same thing with Jordan Whitehead. He's just short. That's really the only thing when it comes to him. Again, you've got Gronk as your user. Serviceable pass rushers, you do want to have some better guys on the edge, but the reason why this team is so good is because of their wide receivers. I had to put them up here at number 6. Coming in at number 5, again, this is another one of those teams where if they get a top end user, this would probably be the number 1 team in the game. They're literally one player away, in my opinion. The 49ers, San Francisco 49ers. Sam Darnold, I mean, he's not bad. Not bad by any means. He's not bad by any means. Just there's better quarterbacks out in the game right now. But again, this is a very solid quarterback. Alfred Morris, CMC, free CMC, matter of fact. They just dropped the Braylon Edwards. You're going to see another team that he is featured on this list. You've got the Deion Sanders, Isaac Bruce, Vernon Davis again. O-line is really, really good outside of right tackle. Free safety, again, really good. Strong safety, really good. Jair Brown is just kind of short. That's kind of the only downside. And really right now, the only 2 DBs that are like considered like top DBs, I would say, is like Randy Moss and Richard Sherman. The other 2 are okay. But again, the reason why this team isn't any higher than this is because they don't have a great user. I mean, you could, never mind. I thought this Ricky Jackson was a little bit faster than that. You probably could have used him if he was a little bit faster, but Fred Warner is honestly not that bad. Honestly, when the Zero Chill boost ability goes away, this is going to be really good. We're going to get a higher Fred Warner, and this team is going to catapult up the rankings at that point. Only weakest point is probably they don't have a right end right now, but we're due for a Chase Young or something of the form soon. But until then, they're going to be number 5 on my list. Coming in at number 4, we've got the Philadelphia Eagles. We got the 2 Michael Vicks. I pretty much don't got to say anything else outside of that. You also got really good running backs. You got fullback William Perry to mix into the mix as well. You've got Deshaun Jackson, Julio Jones, Johnny Wilson. Kind of missing a wide receiver. I would say these 2 are good. You're kind of missing that wide receiver, but they do make up for that with the fact that their O-line is really good. Outside of this, the center and right guard, you've got this not free safety. I'm sorry, I'm getting ahead of myself. Right tackle Lane Johnson, free safety CJ Gardner-Johnson, but they do feature 2 of the best cornerbacks in the game, Cooper DeJean, Haloti Ngata. The only thing, again, they're missing on defense, user. I understand that they're not missing anything else, but their D line is crazy. You've got Reggie White, Javon Curse, Chris Long. You've got all these DTs. You have all these different options as well. And you've got this Nolan Smith, which is honestly a really underrated card. He's super, super fast. If you run this card, especially in like a double mug scheme, really, really good. That's why I put them so high. It's because of their D-line, because of their running backs, because of Michael Vick at quarterback. Wide receivers definitely are good as well. I got them at number 4. At number 3, we've got the Dallas Cowboys. Quarterback is definitely, I would say, like a weak point. I mean, Mark Sanchez is serviceable. I'm not saying he's not. I'm not saying he's bad, but pretty much everything outside of that is really, really good on this team. Again, good running backs. I've been saying that for all these. You got Dontari Poe into the mix. You got Dion and CD, kind of missing a third wide receiver, but those two are really good. But the O-line is super, super good. They're missing a right tackle, but outside of that, they've got 4 really, really good cards. I would say we're probably due for a Tyron Smith here coming up soon as well. You've got free safety Micah Parsons. They're missing a strong safety, but DBs are really good as well. Deron Bland, Trevon Diggs, and Mel Renfro. That's 3 really, really good cornerbacks as well. You've got Anthony Barr as your user. Overshown can be used in pass coverage. You can put him in as a blitzer too if you wanted to. And you still got this Micah Parsons down here. You've got some pretty decent DTs. Obviously, Dontari Poe being the top. And then you've got Dante Fowler. Again, I just think this team is really good just because of their O-line and the fact that they get Anthony Barr. They've got good wide receivers as well. Just missing that quarterback, that elite quarterback, which is why I can't put them any higher than this. Coming in at number 2, we're kind of going on the same boat. We got the Seattle Seahawks, man. So they don't have a good quarterback. I'm gonna just be honest. None of these quarterbacks are good right now. I'm gonna just keep it a stack with y'all. But everything outside that, absolutely elite. Well, I'll explain it here. Top running back in Sean Alexander. You got the gauntlet DK Metcalf. You got Braylon Edwards. You got Brandon Stokely. You can also mix in some Devin Hester here. Again, these are only the top. There's other wide receivers as well, but these are only the top. You got tight end Jimmy Graham. You've got really, really good offensive linemen. Again, outside of right guard, there's always going to be a hole in there at this point. Free Earl Thomas, Cam Chancellor just came out. Look at the DBs as well. Devon Witherspoon, Richard Sherman. Again, really, really good. They're missing that third type of guy, but honestly, this DK Metcalf can honestly be that third guy. I think this is a really, really underrated card. They've got 3 good users: Brian Bosworth, Jimmy Graham, and Bobby Wagner. You can honestly have one of these be your users and have the other 2 be outside linebackers. They are just that versatile being there. It's up to you. Again, you've got Jermont Jones to put down as one of your down linemen. Boye Mafe as well, 0 chill boost. So really, really good. Leonard Williams, you can bump him inside with Poona Ford. They're just missing that left end, but which can be filled in that void by some of those other cards that I was mentioning. And I mean, if they had a quarterback, this team would be number 1. Coming in at number 1, the Tennessee Titans, which ironically, they actually just locked up the number 1 pick, which is funny that they're the number 1 on this list. Got good quarterbacks. You've got the option of Vince Young or Derrick Henry. CJ 2K, top running back in the game. Tony Pollard. I mean, I know he gets all 32 theme teams, but I'm going to just focus on the players that play for this team. Tony Pollard, Adrian Peterson, Devondre Sweat. Again, the list goes on. Wide receivers are also really good. Andre Johnson honestly isn't that good, but Khalif Raymond, Julio Jones, D-Hop, really good just because of the 0 chill boost. You got Jonnu Smith. Good offensive line. This is honestly the first offensive line probably that has good players all around them. They don't have any holes in their offensive line. Got good pass rushers at left end, got them good at DT, got serviceable at right end. Left outside linebacker is probably the weakest, one of the weakest on the defense. You've got a good user in Jack Givens. You could use Ernest Jones. You can honestly put him at outside linebacker as well. Vic Beasley as your outside linebacker, Harold Landry. So they've got some good defensive linemen. DBs as well: Randy Moss, Jason McCourty, Sean Murphy. Like, you just see this list, and we're probably due for another Snead coming up here soon. Probably the other weakest point is free safety, but you've got Terrell Edmonds. I mean, so you could put that there. You could slide one of these cornerbacks to free safety as well, which is why I got this team as number 1. I don't think this team has any holes, and if they do, you can replace them with someone else on this team, and they're going to be number 1 on my list. So that is gonna wrap it up here. I'm actually selling off my team right now. So let me just check these. So yeah, we're back up at 11 mil, but that's gonna wrap it up for the video. You guys let me know what you guys think of the list. Let me know what theme teams you guys are running, what you guys think are the best theme teams in the game. And we will see you guys in the next video, man. Appreciate y'all. Catch y'all in the next one. Peace.